going on, guys? Liam here, and time to wrap up round 25 of the 2023 NRL season. And I'm not going to lie, I lied a little bit in the preview. I was not that interested in this game. I thought it was going to be a pretty dud round of footy. I thought it was going to be 2 good games max. We had heaps, man. I was pleasantly surprised, man. And man, I enjoyed it. Had some big wins, some terrible losses. Had some good picks, some terrible ones. And that's punting, man. That's how it all goes. But in this video, guys, we'll go through each game, just go through the results. We'll have a look at the ladder, and then we'll go through each game in a little bit more detail and talk about who's in trouble, who's going to make it, who's going to miss out, where's everyone going to finish. I love this time of year. It's so good. Just want to thank everyone as well. Pushing up to 2.5K. God damn, let's see if we can get it to 3,000 before the end of the year, guys. So if you're not subscribed yet, shoot us one. I love you a long time, and I've actually been planning stuff for next year already, and got some cool giveaways and stuff planned for round 1 and the first month as well. They should be pretty solid. So we're pretty excited for that, man. I love giving stuff away. I gave away the DWZ watch and some KO cards throughout the year, just little ones, and just the love you get back. Like the DWZ watch dude messaged me, "Oh, thanks so much. Looks so good on my wrist." And I just had people saying, "Oh, thanks. I would never be able to afford this," and stuff. So, given the, like I said, I don't do this for money, guys. I just want to chat footy, and happy to help you guys out. So, keep your eyes out, man. We've got some cool stuff planned for next year. All right, so, man, what a disappointing game for the Cowboys, going down to the Sharkies. And Sharkies, what a win. God damn, they needed that, and so did the Cowboys, and they didn't get it. So a lot of pressure on them, and we'll have a look at them in a ladder in a minute. All right, so the Warriors get it done against the Sea Eagles. We've got, again, Eels completely crossed out, cannot make finals now. Roosters holding on to their slim chances, 34-12. Tigers, what a game. I have no fingernails left because of this game. God damn, this was crazy. Panthers put the Titans to the sword. Storm getting it done against the Dragons, but not overly convincing, not going to lie. And the Knights beating the Rabbitohs 29-10. And then the Raiders getting their biggest win of the year, 12 points against the Doggies. And then Broncos. Damn, they win the bye, but they lose Reynolds. What a loss. Now, we'll just quickly touch on that. And Broncos fans out there, I'm praying for you, man, because I know they've sort of talked it down, and they might be right, but calves is a bad injury, especially if you're a bit older. So I'm praying that he gets healthy, but he's already been ruled out of next week's game. Calves can go 3 different ways. Calves can be fine a week later. Calves can, remember Jerome Hughes last year, it just never went away. Like he would miss a week or 2, come back for a game, miss another week, come back for 2, miss another one. And that went all the way to the World Cup. It never came good for how long would have that been? It happened a few rounds in before the end of the year, all through the finals, and then the World Cup for weeks and weeks after. So he never fully recovered from that. So terrible timing for the Broncos. And I actually said in a video, I don't know if I said in a video or just to a mate, but I said Reynolds has been too healthy lately. Like he is I wouldn't say he's injury prone, but he gets a nickel here and there, and he'd put together so many back-to-back games, and I'm just going, I sort of want him to get injured a little bit now so he's okay for the finals later. Sort of thing. Sort of like Cleary, he got injured in the middle of the year, didn't have to rush back, got his nice rehab in, and now he looks better than ever. So I know it's sort of bad to say you want a player to get injured, and I would love him to just not get injured at all. But I was sort of like, he's a bit too healthy for my liking. I have a feeling he's going to get an injury right at the end of the year, and then, boom, right on cue. It sucks, man. And I'm tired, so let's get some Red Bull into me. Thank you. All right, let's have a look at the ladder, guys. All right, so Penrith out on top, and they've actually gapped the Broncos, obviously, on for and against. Like I said, guys, if you've been watching, a win at the end of the year isn't necessarily, a bye at the end of the year, obviously it's good, but you can't make up any for and against, and unless Penrith lose a game, I dare say they've locked up the minor premiership now, because that's a big gap. They're not going to make up 100 points on the Panthers in 2 games, so it's looking like Penrith have locked up the minor premiership, guys. Unless, I don't think it's going to happen. Everyone keeps saying they're going to rest players final round. I don't think they will. I genuinely think they want to win the minor premiership. You do win money for it. It is another tick on your resume. They want this minor premiership, and the only reason they rested players last year is because they were 3, 4, maybe even 5 games ahead. It was a ridiculous amount above second. So I don't see that happening. So it's looking like Panthers have wrapped this thing up. Something catastrophic would have to happen. And Broncos, to me, their last 2 games, they're a little more likely to drop one against Melbourne than Penrith are against Parramatta, and then the Cowboys as well. So looking like Penrith have wrapped this thing up, but we'll have to wait and see. Warriors sticking up in third, so they're now still 2 points ahead of the Storm. Storm in 34, so first, second, third and fourth, looking pretty solid. Sharkies have a tough game next week. God damn, the Knights look good. They look so damn good. And then Raiders getting a dub, but they have the Broncos next week. And then Rabbitohs sitting in 8th still. So not a ton of movement in the top 8. Well, actually no movement. Everyone's still in the same spot. And Cowboys, obviously, with Parramatta losing, still sitting 9th sort of thing. But now have the Roosters breathing right down their neck. Much better for and against for them. But this could be tough. So Rabbitohs have the bye next week, so guaranteed 2 points. Cowboys do have the Dolphins. I'm not too sure what they had a lot of players out this week. I'm pretty sure they'll at least get Hamaso back. I'm not too sure if Jerry Marshall King and a lot of those guys are back as well. But no easy beats, like Dolphins. One thing we know about them, they don't beat themselves. So, but having said that, I'm sure the Cowboys are pretty firm favourites in that one. And we will have a look at next week's games and odds at the end of the video, guys. And yeah, Parramatta dropping to 11th, not looking great. And then not a ton of movement down here either. So we're pretty damn set. But this will be interesting. Rabbits it's looking like the Rabbits are going to play the Roosters for a final spot in the final round. That's the most likely thing that's going to go down. And wow, what a final. So this is what I'm saying. This round wasn't crazy, but this round sort of set up some crazy games for next week and the week after. Like we're going to have we're going to have teams playing for finals, playing for top 4 spots. So the final round's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. It's going to be sick. 10th, every 10th to 6th, it's all up for grabs. This is all up for grabs right here. And obviously, this is all up for grabs too, really. So, oh man, it's going to be a good end of the year, guys. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. All right, let's get into it. Sharkies, Cowboys. Now, oh man, this game was it was really interesting because Cowboys obviously had the week off, and I was hoping they didn't train too much, I guess you could say, because to me they looked burnt out. And I was watching this game like a hawk, like so damn closely for 2 reasons. For both teams, obviously in contention, and I was watching everything. How long it took players to get back on side, how sharp people were getting to marker, were the 2 markers all the time, all this sort of stuff. I was watching this game really, really closely, and it was very damn close at the start. It was very even. In fact, I sort of felt like Cowboys sort of were winning the arm wrestle a little bit. A lot of back and forth. I even felt like the Cows around that 20-minute mark were getting on top. Definitely looked like they were just running a bit harder, tackling a bit harder, winning the contact a little bit more. Nice sharp play of the ball. So I felt like they were looking a bit better. Then it was around Reuben Cotter time went off, and maybe that's a coincidence or not, but I felt like they just faded again, and they started to fade. Still looked great up until half-time. What was the score at half-time, if I can remember? 12-8. So they were down by 6. But I still, obviously, well and truly still in the game at that point. But then they came out in the second half, and it was evident they faded. Like, it looked like they were fading a little bit, but sometimes you can just have a little bit of a bad end of a half. It doesn't mean you're fading. But yeah, they didn't score another point, and they completely got shut out in the second half against a team that, they can leak some points sort of thing. So, pretty damn disappointing. And like I said, I hate to say I told you so, and I'm not saying that, but yeah, it just looks like they just dumped all their energy to get in contention. And Yeah, it looks pretty damn bad. Like they were pretty bad in the second half. They definitely faded pretty big time. But even Drinky, just like man, I love watching Drinky. Like Drinky in that middle part of the season when they went on their run was so damn electric. Like I personally would have rather watched him play than Reece Walsh. Like that's how much I loved watching this kid. And yeah, it was off. But I mean. Drinky was still pretty damn good, but just not electric like he had been for the whole game anyway. Like normally when he's sort of like Kalen Ponga is right now. Like every time he gets the ball, maybe doesn't break the line, but he's pretty damn close. Bellamy was good, didn't. But it was just, to me, Townsend just completely got owned by these halves. Didn't was okay trying his butt off, but Reece Robson I was really impressed with. Like I kept hearing hype about him. I'm like, oh, he's not that good. But then now I'm pretty damn impressed. I'm sold on him. He's brilliant. Nanai's defense. Like he was known as a complete defensive liability. He was he whacked Ueli on the first hit up, made him lose the ball. Like his defense, like just hard contact, very Nakora, just really hard contact, and it was damn brilliant, man. But we'll have a look at some player stats. Connor Tracy, I'm telling you, that dude would be a start in whatever in 10 rugby league teams. Like, and I cannot believe he's their backup player. Look at these numbers. 273 metres, 54 post contact, line break assist, try assist. That is absurd. 4 tackle breaks. Like, that is ridiculous, man. They are crazy, crazy numbers. He was goddamn brilliant. Who else was damn good? Talakai was solid. He's silky, man. Ronaldo was good out of term. Nico Hines, he was perfect with the boot. Yeah, 5 from 5. Looked great. Wade Graham, I want to give him a shout out too. We got a try. He pushed up and, like I said, is he the most athletic, explosive second rower anymore? Of course he's not, but you can't buy experience, man. And he has just shored up that edge. Left edge? I think he's on the left. It's just so good to watch and so good to see him contributing. I remember him coming through, and I remember I was at a Brisbane Broncos game, where he was like a young buck. He was just there. He was very new. I think he'd come from Penrith, and he knocked out 3 dudes in one game. Like, he was a monster. He was so damn good. I don't think he gets the raps he deserves. But yeah, he put 3 people to sleep in one game. It was so good, and it's good to see him contribute into this. It's just him coming on and filling in some minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be a just fit in for such a good player, so it was great to see him. I thought Royce Hunt came on and added some spark. And same Tom Hazelton, Jesus Christ, he's been absolutely brilliant. Come off the bench, ran for 115 metres. That's great. Jack Williams, 124 off the bench. Royce Hunt, I felt like he got more metres than that. He looked very hard to contain. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Like, their bench, I felt like when Cowboys interchange came on, and then Sharks had a clear advantage there. And I was actually a bit surprised. If you've been listening to my tube for a minute now, Toby Rudolph, he was just blowing 10 minutes into the game, standing with his hands on his head. But then when he had a run, it was a venomous run. It's not like it wasn't a lackluster run, but I was really surprised with the amount of minutes he played in the first half at least. How many was there? It felt like it was quite a substantial amount. I hate when it does this. Where is he? Where's he gone? 52 minutes. So yeah, that's a solid amount of minutes for a prop. It's not ridiculous, but looked like he got through the work. But Jesus Christ, he's blind. He's taken a long time to get back on side as well. Sorry guys, I've got something in my throat. That'll do. We'll have a look at the Cowboys. Sammy Velame, I mean, he's what a find he's been. 219 metres, line break. But yeah, Scotty Drinkwater's numbers, I mean, he got 2 line breaks, 165 metres. Nothing wrong with that, but his numbers were substantially more than that leading into this 3-game skid sort of thing. And I was pretty impressed with Peter Hiku, surprisingly. But yeah, Chad Townsend for me, massive letdown. I mean, line break assist, cool, but yeah, his kick-ins just last year, if you put him next to a Cleary, Moses, Hughes, he's not as good as them, but he didn't look 2-3 runs down. He's substantially down from those guys now, way down from those guys now. yeah, like last year, I thought he was like, a step or two off the pace of like maybe the tier 2 guys, but to me he's a bottom run number 7 now. He's way off. He's just way off. Focusing too much on YouTube, man. I don't know. Leave it to me, man. I don't have anything to do. Stop trying to be a YouTube. No, I'm joking, man. But he's been a brilliant player for a lot of years, and maybe he's just having a bum year. But yeah, he's substantially down. And nothing too much else to write home about here. It's very just a bit of a lackluster performance from a team that I just think they just energy dump so hard. That's why the start of the season's so damn important. Like, that's why Melbourne Storm put so much emphasis on winning their first game of the year. You just bank a few wins. You can go through your little lulls throughout the year, tinker with some things, like play with things, play with lineups, rest, whatever you need to do, rest players around Origin. And then you peak again at the right time. Like, you look at Melbourne, won games early. Yeah, they dropped a few in the middle. They're winning games again now, looking pretty sharp, looking the goods. They're going to play finals. Whereas, yeah, Parramatta and Cowboys, like the Cowboys not quite so bad, but lost tons of games early, both peaked in the middle of the season, and now it looks like they're fading. So not completely out of it yet for the Cowboys, but Jesus Christ, I would give them a very low percentage of making the finals this year. It's not looking good, really not looking good. But of course they can. I'm not writing them completely off just yet. All right, Warriors Eagles. Now I saw a lot of people talking about this one. Warriors they're pretend they're only just beating these crap teams. Manly aren't a crap team, man. Manly have pushed every good team in the comp this year. They've won games against good teams. They're good. They're just patchy. They're tinkering and working on some stuff as well. They've got good players in this team, and they can match it with any good team in the comp. So I don't buy that for a minute. I don't feel like Warriors are lighting teams up like they sort of had been, but I think they're coming good, man. And just a couple things before I get into the game. Their jerseys were so sick, those retro jerseys, and not only that, shout out to New Zealand, the Warriors, or just whoever does the in-stadium entertainment. It's the dopest entrance, man. Like, it was like like Eminem was coming out or something. There's flames blowing, it's black and white, there's all the lights going, and man, it was cool, man. And it was good to see it looked like a full house. Shout out to the Warriors, shout out to Warriors fans, shout out to the staff of the Warriors. You guys, if you guys go out in straight sets to the finals, you still did something pretty damn special this year. But I know you can do better than that, man. I know you can do better. But yeah, it was quite a seesawing game. I mean, Saab just shredded up. It was quite funny. So in this one, I had my try scorers were Dallin and Saab to combine for 2 or more. They got 6. I was like, wow, that is nuts. Like, Saab and DWZ for 2 or more. Yeah, 6. Should have done 3 or more, bro. Anyway, what do you do? Didn't want to get greedy. Good to see Nickel Coolstar back. Ruben Garrett was brilliant. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the reffing like everyone else in the, the legs taken out. That's the rule. Let's live with it. Jakey Arthur had a bit of rocks and diamonds, but we saw straight away, you got that try. I see a good footy player in this kid. I don't see Nathan Cleary in this kid, but I see a pretty good, good 6 or 7 at this kid eventually. I think he's just going to be one of those ones where, don't forget, guys, most of the best halves aren't good till in their late 20s. We're blessed with Nathan Cleary being so good at 20. Well, he was pretty damn good at 20 years old, sort of thing. So it'll take a bit of time, but I thought they looked better with 2 genuine halves in than trying to force Schuster in. And Schuster came in late, did a dumb thing and just got hooked. And thank you to the coach for doing that. That was pathetic and the game was in the balance at that time, and that's your effort. Like, Schuster is arse, man. Like, he's arse. Like, that was such a stupid thing to do. Like, he's on 800k. He gets pretty much dumped to the bench for a 20-year-old 6. I know he's not much older than 20, but and then you get your time. You're playing a very good Warriors team. Game's in the balance, and you come on and just bat the ball forward. It's just pathetic, man. It is just so damn pathetic, and he needs a good hard look at himself. I think he. See you later. Go back to first grade to cup, man, because that's just not good enough. Go grind it out in the cup and see how much you like getting bashed in there for not much, in front of 20 people, sort of thing, is pretty damn pathetic in my opinion. Metcalf, Jesus Christ, he's good to watch. DWZ, what else can we say about that dude, man? Like, I did a video, I was filming the screen so I could put it up on my TikTok, and then 10 minutes, while I'm sort of quickly edited and half watching, he just scores an even better try where he's just bumping dudes off, and I think he broke 5 tackles or something silly like that. He's just a freak. People were saying, is he the best winger in the game? I'd still give that to To'o, but man, he's top 5 at the moment, man. He's electric, and it's everything. He can rise up and grab him. He can fly through the air, score him. He can bump you off. His meters are great. His handles are pretty good. He's special, man. When he was at Penrith, man, I saw a really good player in there. And then when he went to Canterbury, I was like, oh, that's a shame. It's one of those guys that just fell off. Great resurgence, man. Really, really good. Montoya was good. Ended up getting knocked out at the end of the game, but Fanua Blake, solid as always. Bunty had a couple bad moments, but I did feel like they missed... who's the other prop that they missed out on? Oh, I can't remember his name. Jesus, having a brain fart. Anyway. But yeah, I like Bunty off the bench, but yeah, great. Dylan Walker came on, was great. Curran was brilliant. Lussick came on, filled in for Egan. But yeah, Egan's got a... Someone put a message, we're just chatting on TikTok or whatever, and he goes, oh, I've got Egan in as a try scorer. I was like, oh, he gets head knocks all the time. Like, you never want to put anyone in that gets head knocks, because, they can get HIA'd and they're out for the game sort of thing really easy. I don't know what it is, whether it is a bit of a soft chin or... Not a soft chin, it sounds bad. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but you know what I mean? He just does, sort of like Ponga. He gets a decent knock and he's dizzy. Or he just puts his head in bad spots, but he gets a lot of knocks, man, and hopefully he can sort that out, because Jesus, they need him. He's pretty damn good. I thought Garrick was brilliant, Saab was brilliant, Kohler was pretty damn good too, and Morgan Harper was just terrible at the end. But Vega, he's good. I told you, boys, he's good to watch, man. Like, if this guy can sort his hands out, we could have a little, I don't want to say Tortor 2.0, because that's like inferring that he'll be better than Tortor, but that type of player, he's a nugget. Greg Marju, very similar to Greg Marju, just a handful. Thought Simply was pretty solid. Kepi was good for his, solid, doing great solid stuff, and you think, oh, that guy's underrated. Then he gives a penalty and go, oh, that's why he sucks. Nah, he doesn't suck, but you get what I'm saying. Just great. Oh, this guy's actually, penalty. Dumb penalty for no reason. There you go. That's Kepi. Travojevic has definitely been a little down. But, he's just, he never stops trying. Half the times he gives penalties because he's just trying so hard, and yeah, gave a few 6 agains at bad times. And Aaron Woods, man, I just don't get how he's still in first grade for real. He's just so good. But I actually like Sea Eagles for next year. I think they can build on this team. You put Turbo back in here, I think they got a pretty damn good team. You put Brooksy in here, you get your front rowers back. I like this team, man. I really do. So shout out to the Warriors and shout out to the Sea Eagles as well for not giving up on this year. All right. Oh shit, we forgot to go through the stats, man. Sorry, guys. So, Jesus, I'm so excited. So we'll have a real quick look at the Sharkies and the Cowboys, and then we'll quickly do the Sea Eagles and Warriors. Sorry, guys. So excited, man. I was just getting through the games, man. All right, so we'll just have a quick look. All right, Cowboys, Sharks. So the completion rates from both teams is great, 79% to 83%. That'll do that'll win you a lot of games, Cowboys. Like, they weren't horrible. This is like the meters gained. It just felt like Sharkies were just pumping through the middle a lot quicker. And as you can see, average set distance 47 meters. And look at that play, the ball speed from the Sharkies, just quick and just bang. It just felt like the Cowboys could not hold down the Sharks, and just felt they're just too quick, sort of thing. Offloads 13 to 8, that'll help as well. And then tackle efficiency, not good enough from the Cowboys. Missed tackles, 49 to 44. I mean, not great from either. But too many. And 50 missed tackles in the game is ridiculous. And only 8 errors, which is pretty good. And again, Sharkies need to work on that. Still not great. All right, Warriors, Sea Eagles, we'll just get to them real quick. Right, let's have a look. So completion rates 80 each. Pretty good from both teams, man. That's pretty damn good. Running meters, I mean, looks very limited running meters here. 1,400 to 1,300 post contact, pretty damn even. Like, this was an even game. Like, yeah, this was pretty damn good. Line breaks 6-4, tackle breaks 26 to 31. Average set distance 32 meters apiece. That's so low. And did really good job from the Seagulls, really keeping the Warriors play the ball slow. That's great. That's really, really slow. And theirs is pretty bang on. That's, under 3.5's fast. So 3.5's, pretty good. What else we got here? Effective tackles. Yeah, Warriors not great. They're definitely falling off a few tackles. See what I mean? Like, Seagulls aren't bad. Like, this isn't the Warriors being bad. It was just the Seagulls were good. Missed tackles, there you go. That's a bit better. 26 to 31. Errors 13. They obviously got to tidy that up. But, they've got, sometimes when you're going to be playing finals, you can be looking a little further ahead than you should, sort of thing. But, yeah, that's a good effort from both teams, like I said. All right, Warriors, Roosters. Pretty ugly. Bryce Cartwright scored first, and I was going, because I tipped Para with no confidence. And then, it was just, all over from there. It was pretty terrible effort from Para. Tedesco, Suoliti, brilliant. As you can see, scored pretty much all their points. And then, she was all over, and Parramatta all gone, unfortunately. Suoliti, brilliant goal kicker, man. Really, really good. Yeah, Parramatta are a little bit similar to the Cowboys. I'm not going to harp on and bang on, say what they've done wrong and all this sort of stuff. But, just the slow start of the year. I just feel a lot of burnout. Like, if we have a look at the team stats real quick, I can almost guarantee that's a little higher than I thought. But Parramatta have running for 2,000 kilometres, 2,000 metres every game there for a long time. And they've just been substantially down. This is actually up quite a bit. But, they're... that's fatigue, man. And then completion rate 70%, not good enough, sort of thing. So, it's better luck next year, sort of thing for Parramatta. And I saw a lot of people saying, Parramatta are in big trouble next year. They haven't bought anyone. I'm like, yeah, I know, because they re-signed the players they have and they like them. So I actually like the team they have for next year. I think they've got all the building blocks here. I'm putting a healthy Mitch Moses in here, a healthy Dill Brown in here. Hopgood having his first year of NRL under his belt. Bryce Cartwright, I think, is coming back. All these bench props are just going to be so much better for it. Brendan Hand's back. I see a very good rugby league team here. I see a team that could make the top four again next year, like they did the year before. So, a nice another outside back would be handy. But, I don't think there's anything wrong with Parramatta, and just because they haven't recruited some big star, I don't think that means they're going to be bad next year. I really like their team. It's good. It's good to see Tedesco. I mean, this Billy Smith guy's turned out to be pretty good. It's great to see Suoliti. Wish he wasn't leaving. Lindsay Collins, just his effort stuff, man. His effort stuff's just... He made like 3 cover tackles. He's so... he's good, man. It's quite funny. He's not the... he's not the big hitter, the barnstorming runner. He can do it from time to time, I know, but just the effort stuff, it's brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. This kid's good too, this Sua Wong. Brilliant. And it's good to see Angus Crichton back as well, but nothing too crazy from these guys. But, I mean, we'll have a look at the team stats real quickly. Time in possession, 52% to 48%. Like I said, slightly better, not a whole heap better, but slightly better completion rates. They won the middle, plenty more metres. Average set distance, 48 to 41. Parramatta barely lost this all year, and they've lost it the last 5 weeks, sort of thing. So they were playing the ball quite quick, which was good. They were getting some nice quick play the balls, but not when it really mattered. Not when they really needed one. Like there's 2 things I've seen what were wrong with Parramatta this year. And they get their easy fixes, So there's 2 things that I think Parramatta really lacked this year. And it's got nothing to do with, we can talk about draws and when the bye was and players suspended, all that stuff. There was two things for me where Parramatta they can fix really easy. First thing's their scrum plays. They run the same scrum play every single year, every single scrum. They feed it, they throw it to a front rower and he takes a hit up. A scrum is the best time to get on the front foot. Like they've got another one where they throw it out the back to I think Bailey Simonson scored a try off it once, and he just swings around outside that player, and then, or does he take it off the scrum and ran around? Anyway, I've seen 2 scrums for plays from them all year, and most of them would just throw it to Junior Paulo to take a hit up. Such a waste. And the other thing is, like I mentioned, fast play the balls. They're not slow at playing the ball, but like I said, they never get quick play the balls when they need one. When they're coming out of trouble, when they need a quick play the ball, so one out. They'll just, like, Penrith can sort of get away with it because To'o and Dylan Edwards and Taruva and May and Crichton, they're so good one-on-one, like 1-on-3. Like, they'll poke their nose through, get up, good, quick play the ball. If you're not built like To'o, and you're Clint Gutherson or Brad Simonson or one of these guys, you just get swallowed, folded back, curled in a thing, put on your back, and you got to slow play the ball. Then your next one's slow because that one was slow, very slow. Like if they get battered down, they're easy to tie down. So what they obviously need to do is not play so one out. Even just bring someone up with you so you can at least offer like there's someone to pass to here. When you just run up on your own and everyone else is standing there watching, and you just run up, like you just get monstered. But even if just one person runs along beside you and you just and then you just hit the line, at least 4 blokes aren't going to swallow you and only 1 or 2 are, sort of thing. So yeah, they're very fixable. But they were my big things. 52 missed tackles from Parramatta, not good enough. 15 errors apiece, still not great. Roosters are still not very good. Penalties conceded. It was nice to see pretty low penalty count, to be honest. It was not too bad at all. Have a look at some player stats real quick. I mean, got to give Clint Gutherson a shout out. 200 metres, 36 post contact, 4 tackle breaks. But this Mika Sivo to me still this is just not good enough. Look at the size of this dude compared to this dude. This guy should not be running for double the metres you're running for. This guy should not have more post-contact meters than you, bro. Like, that is not good enough as far as I'm concerned for Mika Sivo. He runs up to the line and almost stops and turns sideways. I'm like, bro, you're bigger than the props, man. You're running it outside backs. Run through them, man. Like To'o is so much smaller than you and he just does so much more damage. It's actually pretty damn pathetic, man. To me, not good enough. He's on pretty decent money for a winger. He should be putting in way more effort than that. Everyone gives him raps because he gets a lot of tries, but so many of his tries are walkover tries that Clint Gutherson set up for him. So I don't quite give him the raps as a try scorer as everyone else does. I do. Like, he is a great finisher, but like, he'll score 25 tries in a season and 10 of them are just like he just walks over the line because Clint Gutherson's done this dope sweep play, sort of thing. So we'll have to. He has to fix that. He has to be better. Shout out Dylan Brown. I thought he tried his ring off. I mean, 163 metres in the halves, 53 post contact, line break assist, try assist, 4 tackle breaks. That's pretty damn good, man. And his defence is brilliant as well. It was just not Parramatta's year this year. But they've got plenty of things they can improve on to be better. Tupou 233 metres, 83 post contact, 2 line breaks. Teddy 176 metres, 37 post contact, 2 line breaks assists, 1 try assist and 2 tries. 2 tries. It is ridiculous, man. That is absurd. How many fantasy points did he get? 174. God damn. Wow, that's ridiculous, man. But yeah, shout out to the Roosters, man. He's still in this thing. And that's it for them, isn't it? All right, so West Tigers, Dolphins. All right, so I had, for these games, it was Titans, Panthers. Yeah, so, for these games, I had, I'll have a look at my sports bet. So I won 11 grand off these games, off 5 grand, so I only really doubled my money. But it was, it was pretty full on, man. I was so nervous. You'll see how nervous I was. I lost everything. I didn't hit a single leg today. How about that? 5K down. So I had West Tigers to win, Penrith -8.5 and Storm -7.5. These both, like, Tigers won by 1 point, Panthers won by 10 points, I think. Panthers won by... Oh, no, Panthers was tight, and then they blew it away at the end. But they were only winning by, like, 1 try for a while. And then this was -7.5, and they won by 10, so close for my 11k payout. But this game here was so nerve-wracking, man. I was just like, when they got up by when Dolphins got up by 1 point, I was like, oh, I'm going to lose $5,000. No. And then, yeah, man, Happy Coruscant, man. I know a lot of people are like, man, Harry Grant, like, it's undisputed, like, he's the best hooker in the game. I like, don't get me wrong, if I was putting together a team, I would pick him. But, like, Happy Coruscant for me is a very close second. Like, there was a period last week, right? It was either last week or the week before, where he put together the best minute of football I've ever seen in my life. Like, literally, it was ridiculous. Like, I can't remember what he did. But he stole. He put a shot on to not get the ball out. He did a perfect kick for like a set to get a set reap. And then he put another kick in the corner. Then he scored. It was like he puts together these little passages of football where you're just like, actually, maybe he is better than that. Like Harry's a bit craftier and stuff, but I'm telling you now, Happy Coruscant is amazing, man. Like he won them that game single-handedly. Like, it's pretty rare for a player. Like, he faced this way, short kick off that way, so they dumped all their players over here. He's gone bang, booted it. They've got the ball back. They've dragged him over the edge. You know, they've got a penalty from the sideline. He's not a goal kicker. And then he slots on from the side to win the game. Like, he's a freak, man. Like, whatever he's getting paid, double it. Like, Tigers, give him some cash under the table because he absolutely deserves it. Absolutely love him, Dane Laurie. And every time I've watched him play since he's signed to the Penrith Panthers, I'm just like, Tigers, you idiots. How did you let this dude go? He is so good. How old's Laurie? 24. Oh, what a steal. This is a great move for Laurie too. Like I was watching Laurie last year and I was like, oh man, I'd love to see this kid in a good team. Like, I was even giving him raps on my TikTok and that. And people are like, oh, like, this guy thinks Laurie's good. I'm like, bro, he is. Like, he's playing fullback in a terrible... Like, Tigers were awful last year. I actually think they're better this year, even though they've only won the same amount of games. I like their performances better. And he is damn threatening every single time. And I love this signing with the Panthers. And watching him on the weekend, I genuinely think he could slot into Luai's spot. And I think that's why they possibly bought him. But even if he doesn't, like, this is great for both. Like, he goes into Penrith for, like, what is he there for 2 years or whatever? Two years. He's probably on minimum. He's probably going to play reserve grade a lot of the time. But he can just slot in when there's rep games, slot in when there's injuries in the halves or fullback. Come in, do his apprenticeship, learn from Luai, learn from Cleary, just get better and better, be around the best performance, just learn from all these great players at Penrith. And if Luai does end up leaving, I dare say he'll seamlessly just go in and be the 5'8" for one of the best teams we've ever seen, and probably win rings and all that sort of stuff and get all these great medals and probably get a massive upgrade in his contract as well. Or he'll do his apprenticeship, and let's say Luai does stay. When he does fill in, he's going to do great because he's in a good system. And he's just going to get a massive pay rise from another team's going to buy him at 26 years old. He's going to get a massive payday. So shout out to Laurie, man. I was really worried that he was going to be one of those players that fell into the abyss and, you know, was a good player in a bad team. And because they didn't perform, they blamed him. And he ends up in Super League at 25, 26 years old, just playing for not much money and just, you know, doing his thing over there. So, yeah, I'm so happy for him. So damn good. Thought Stefano was great. Alex Twal, man. Honestly, I'll be real. Like, I'm trying to be pretty positive, but when people were like, oh man, it's been so long since he scored a try, I was like, yeah, bro, it's because he's ass. I was so damn impressed with him, man. Like, the last month of footy for him, his late footwork, he's been, like, brilliant. Like, I'm I did not know he had this in him. His late footwork, he looks dangerous. Like, I knew there had to be a good footy player in there, because I'm like, how does he just keep getting, starts and all this? Like, how is he? I mean, he's played 54 minutes at prop, ran for 155 metres. Like, that's great. 60 post contact. Nice quick play the ball. There's offload in there. Like, it was great. 97% tackle efficiency, 44 tackles, 1 miss. That's brilliant. That is like, I mean, put 20 metres on that and that's paying arse. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, that's great. Oh, man, it was so damn good, man. It's good to see him hitting some form. Like, I was so damn impressed with him, man. But yeah, Tigers, man, just keep doing your thing, man. I believe in you. You can get a dub. You guys can be a good team. You guys can be in that finals hunt. I can feel it. All right, on to the Dolphins. I thought Nicarima was pretty damn good. He doesn't get the big meters like the other guys because he's 5'4" and 44 kilos. But yeah, he's pretty damn electric. I mean, 2 line break assists, a try assist, pretty damn good. I thought that Sullivan was one of his better games of the year. I thought he looked pretty good. Dre Masako's just been damn brilliant, 164 metres. But man, I was nervous. When Luke Brooks was out for the Tigers, I was like, oh man, damn. Like, I was like, man, I think I made a bad bet here. But then, yeah, it was this. Tigers just got it done, man. It was just so lucky. Oh, so lucky. All right, so let's have a look. So, I mean, see what I mean? They are doing a lot of stuff, right? Like, if you've been watching me for a while, how many times have we come in here? I'm like, 81% completion rate, blah, blah, blah. And there's just one stat that's let them down. It's not like they were awful across the board. Like, it's usually just whatever. So they'll have a terrible completion rate one game, but everything else is fine. And then there'll be one where they just gave a heap of penalties and everything else was great. And then there'll be one where they just made a bunch of missed tackles and everything, whatever it is. But it's not like they usually get smoked from top to bottom in the stat sheet. And that's where I'm sort of, I can see a little bit. I can see light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, it was a pretty sloppy game, but damn entertaining. I mean, 47 tackle breaks for the Tigers. That's incredible. 613 post contact. Wow. About 600 of these were Alex Twals, for real. And look at this play the ball speed. They've been winning this all year. Like, they've got the fastest play the ball. Man, crazy. Absolutely crazy. 26 offloads, dominated to 6. That's nuts. Kick defusals, 80 to 70%. Tackle efficiency, great. Like, these are Penrith numbers, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Missed tackles, 29, brilliant. You know what I'm saying? This is damn good. This is damn good. And even errors under 10. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are all right numbers. These are good numbers. So I'm not one of these guys out here bashing the Tigers, man. I have faith in you guys. Leave them alone and let them get them shit together, and they'll be good, man. They'll be good. All right. Now this game, man. This game right here. Goddamn, Cleary's 6 from 7. I reckon I was looking at it today about him breaking Cameron Smith's record for all-time leading point scorer, and I think he's the only one that can do it. That's currently playing in the NRL. He's starting to rack up those points, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it's 2 things. So obviously he started. Well, he was a genuine first grader, a little younger than what's his name? Cam Smith. But Cam Smith obviously played till he was like 40 and never missed games. Cleary's already lost a bunch of games. Missed a bunch of games. He missed 5 or 6 last year, 5 or 6 this year, sort of thing. But Cleary's got a few things going for him. I mean, he's going to, and I think he's already scored more tries than Cam Smith did in his whole career. So every try he adds on now is going to like catch him up much quicker, and he's got a better percentage. Goal kicking percentage than Cleary as well. So Cleary's got a better goal kicking percentage than. So he should kick more goals in a year. And the other thing as well, Penrith score more tries than Melbourne did when he was there. Melbourne used to win games 16-8 and stuff like that, sort of thing. So Penrith do put points on. That like Nathan Cleary can kick 7 goals in a game. Cleary can score 14 points in a game and not score a try sort of thing. So it's going to be interesting at the end of Cleary's career if he can, Cleary could really be putting himself in the GOAT conversation. Like, if he ends up with 4 or 5 premierships, so if he gets 5, he's way ahead of all those sort of immortal-y sort of players. If he gets a Dally M, another Clive Churchill, couple State of Origins, and he breaks Cameron Smith's all-time leading point scorer record. Yeah, and he's got a good 10 years of his career left too, so he could have a lot of this done before 30. It's scary, man. Cleary's crazy. So AJ Brimson came. I was shocked how strong he was. Like, I hear a lot of, I remember I didn't get an argument, but someone was going to me the other day, he's way better than Will Smith from the Sharks. I was like, I don't know about way better. I'm like, he's all right. And then he's like, AJ Brimson's played Origin. I was like, yeah, I was more because players are injured and that was sort of the best player available. I don't think he was that good. But I was like, damn, now I see what people see in him. He was pretty good, man. Like, I was like, he was bursting through Penrith's defence. Like, he didn't do this against the Bulldogs. He did this against Penrith. I was sitting there going, damn, Brimo's a beast. Now, Penrith weren't great in this. And Titans only scored 14 points. But, yeah, you never felt like they were going to lose it. But there was a little flimsy. Like, there was just a couple... It's funny, like... when teams burst through, especially in the middle of the field, it is a little bit of a shock. But almost like spilt my drink when like Titans burst through their main line like 2 or 3 times in the first half. I was like, what the hell? Like, that never happens. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't take anything away from the Titans. Maybe they were just brilliant, but they genuinely punched holes straight through the middle of Penrith, and I was sitting there going, damn, Penrith just definitely didn't look great. They're definitely slow starters. They're not like... It was funny, I had a look and I was like... Someone goes to me, he said, I did Penrith to score first and win, I think it was last week, and someone's like, well, clearly you never watch rugby league. Penrith never scored the first try. And I went back and looked and they'd scored 9 of their last 11 tries first. They've scored first in 9 of the last 11 games, so I was like, well, clearly you're wrong, bro, but... I get where he was coming from. They do sort of start. They can get behind early, sort of thing. But it's definitely a little too slow for my liking. But having said that, you watch their last 15 minutes, and it's better than any point in the game. Like no one is better in the last 15 minutes of a game than Penrith. Like, it's ridiculous. I'd love to see a stat of for and against for the last 15 minutes of a game. I don't think Penrith get many points scored on them in the last 15 minutes. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. So brilliant effort. I thought Sammy was good. Campbell as well injured himself. Man, I said this, everyone's like, man, Campbell has to be playing. He's so good. I'm like, why does everyone want to get this kid injured? Like this, he's got the little legs. He's got little Aboriginal legs, man. He's not built like Reece Walsh. Let this kid develop. Now the kid's done his MCL. Thank God it's not his ACL. There's some damage in his knee. He's too small to be defending in the front line. It's just, I know that he sort of had to this time, but I wanted to see this kid doing physio, training, building his legs up, getting bigger, stronger, let him develop into his man body a little bit before he started getting thrown in these front lines. And now he gets thrown in against Penrith and he's done his knee pretty damn bad. So I hope it doesn't change the way he plays. But yeah, I was getting pissed off with people all year going, he has to be playing. You just have to play him he has to be playing. I'm like, bro, just let him do his apprenticeship. He can come in, fill in minutes here and there. If someone's injured at football, he can fill in, all this sort of stuff. It was sort of pissing me off, all this. Get him in there. Like, he's young, bro. He's going to have a long career. Just leave him alone. Let him develop. But anyway, whatever. I thought Followacre was good. Isaac Liu was pretty good. Tino was solid as well. But yeah, this Penrith forward pack, man. Jesus Christ, it is scary. Spencer Leno, he just runs different. He's like tall, but like 6'2" and built like tall, but 6 foot. Whatever he is, 2 or 3 maybe. I don't know. How big is he? See if it says on his profile. Born in Auckland, Main Streets of Auckland. Debut club, height 183 centimeters. So it's at 6'2", 6'2" maybe, 6'1". Not quite as big as I thought, but yeah, he's got that real nice, real like when even Moses and Fisher Harris run, and it's that Payne Haas, they run like they're big. They're not slow or unco or anything, but they just run like they're big men. He runs like he's little, like, you know what I mean? And that's why I think he's so damaging, because he's like bang, and then it's just like fast steps, whereas like the other guys sort of stride out into their stride. Yeah, freaky, man. But let's have a look at some crazy numbers. Penrith always put up hectic numbers. And I'm such a stats guy. Let's have a look at Dylan Edwards. 2 tries. 303 metres. Not 77 post contact. Line breaker 6. 11 tackle breaks. Goated. And then just not to be like completely outdone. Yeah, Taruva's like, let's do this. 232 metres, 54 post contact, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle busts. Oh man, this is ridiculous what this team's doing, man. Absolutely ridiculous. It was crazy, man. Moses Leota again, been super impressed with him. What did he end up with? 128 metres. Like, again, I know these don't really impress people, but man, he's doing this in limited minutes, man. 157 for Fisher Harris. How much? Yeah, there you go. Moses. This is why I quality over quantity, man. Like, when you're tired, you miss tackles, and having a like, this is like the perfect prop. Like, Moses Leota he's pretty much tidied the errors up out of his games. I know he has one here and there, but to have a guy that's come on, play with such intensity, get you 128 metres, 43 post contact, lightning quick play the balls, offload, and then not miss a tackle, make 20 tackles. You could not ask for another thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the like, because everything's done with intensity as well. Like, it's high quality, pretty much perfect, just for whatever he played, 47 minutes or something like that. 42 minutes. Like, he just played 42 perfect minutes at prop. It's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not don't want to use him as an example, but some of the longer minute props like Tino or something like that, it's so high quality. But there will be a missed tackle or two in there. There will be, but it's just, of course, he's on there he's going to get tired. He's going to miss tackles, all that sort of stuff. But Moses Leota's just coming on and giving a perfect 30 to 45 minutes. It's bloody brilliant, man. They're balling, man. It's like I said, it definitely wasn't perfect, but I could definitely tell they've got one eye on the final. Like, they did stuff in this game, like they had a premeditated kick out to the winger, a few other things. Obviously, Sorensen, To'o, May, and Tago are all out as well. So, like, they're missing 4 key players, sort of thing. Just when Panthers miss players, no one talks about it. Like, but when, like, say, another team, I won't call anyone out, they're like, they're missing key players in that game, though. When Penrith have players out, no one cares. It's like, you should win anyway. It was good from... Keeney didn't get a run, did he? Pereira was pretty good. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with AJ Brimson. 153 metres, 14 post contact, line break, assist, try assist. Pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. All right, let's have a look at these team stats. All right, Penrith 53% to 47% possession. This was the crazy thing. The Titans were... This is what people are, oh man, they didn't pump the Titans that hard. They completed at 88% for a full game of rugby league. They were perfect in the first half. Like, people are, it's pretty even. Like, it's got... I'm like, yeah, because the Titans are playing awesome. Like, Titans were awesome. There was nothing to do with Penrith playing bad. Like, the Titans were playing awesome. Yeah, obviously they got on top through the middle. I mean, that's pretty impressive to do against Moe, Tino, who else was in there? what's his name? Jesus Christ, I'm bad with names today. Dave Fafita and Isaac Liu, and I actually like this Jollop dude. Was it Jacob Jollop? Like, geez, he's got a chin on him. But he's been handy. I rate him. They really ended up. That's their big meters against a pretty decent pack. Post contact 569, line breaks 8-4 to Penrith, tackle breaks 54-39. But yeah, look, they're set to late. This is the thing. Penrith don't just make meters; they stop yours too. And the amount of times Dylan Edwards was catching the ball on the full and running 30 metres before he got to a defender is just ridiculous. Both nice quick play the balls from both teams. What else we got? Yeah, tackle efficiency not great from both teams. But again, I think both teams were awesome on offense. I really liked what the Titans did. You put Desi at the head of that team, they're going to be a problem next year, man. They're going to be a problem. All right. Missed tackles, obviously an issue, and they made Penrith miss plenty too. 8 errors to 9, both under 10. Very high quality game of rugby league. So good on both of you. Good lads. On to a game that was disgustingly bad. Oh man, this was so gross. Let's have a real quick look at the errors and stuff first. This is surely 74. What? 87%? Oh, surely this. They must have just been all at the start because I was having trouble keeping focused on this game. It was so bad at the start. God damn, it was ugly. Like I said, Dragons are definitely playing better than the second worst team in the comp. They've been playing pretty damn good. Like, they've definitely been playing better than a few of these teams. They just haven't been getting the results, sort of thing. So, good on them for not giving up. They didn't have Lomax in here, and this is pretty much the best team other than Pappenhausen Melbourne can field, and they took it to them, man. Like, they really did. I think it was Ravalawa made a real early mistake early, and I was like, oh, here we go. Because I did have Storm scoring about 38 points, but I thought Dragons might only score about 8. They scored 28. So, pretty wild. Pretty damn wild. Munster couldn't really get himself in the game. But yeah, it was just that left edge. Was it left edge? Right edge. Warbrick was just. I had a bet voided because I knew they were going to be able to score down there, and I had. It sucks because I had Crichton in the last game, which hit, and then this one got voided. So this was paying $470. I had 1,000 on that, so I would have won another $5,000. I ended up winning a bit, but. So I had Crichton to score, and then I had Xavier Coates to score, who did, and then Remy Smith, who would have been where Warbrick was. And first 2 Warbrick's tries would just give it to the winger. So I would have hit another 5,000. So we would have been at over 15K for the day. But so I ended up getting paid them out just as individual try scorers. So it's all right. It's all right. Not as big a payout as I would have liked, but how much was it? It doesn't say. Where was it? Oh, so it just paid both out as. So I got Crichton at $1.71 and then Xavier Coates at $1.80. It's alright. But yeah, so what else? Alright, so yeah, Hughes I thought's been brilliant. But yeah, they're just really lacking punch through the middle. It's just. I want to give this dude, Blake Laurie, a rap too. Check this dude out, man. It was funny, at the start of the year, I was looking through their roster, and I honestly, I'm not proud to say, but I was like, Blake Laurie's going to be in Super League next year. And then probably halfway through the season, when I remember Dragons dropped, I was actually pretty impressed with them at this point. They dropped Lomax and stuff, and they were just losing games, getting pumped. I said, why are they dropping their best player? And someone just under one of the videos commented, Blake Laurie's been their best player. And I was like, can't really argue with you, bro. He probably has. And look at this. It's like, he's a big, jolly fella, to put it lightly. 63 minutes, 196 metres, 67 post-contact. That's absurd, man. 28 tackles, 1 miss. That is Payne Haas numbers, man. That is ridiculous, bro. Like that's such. Shout out to Blake Lowry, man, and give that dude an upgrade now. He deserves it. He's been absolutely brilliant. But yeah, it was pretty gallant effort from the old from the old Dragons, man. Like I said, you can lose a game and be proud, and I think this was one of them. They can hold their head up a bit with this one. Xavier Coates, 187 metres, 55 post contact. That's great. Obviously, bloody. Remy Smith was in there. Warbrick, 205 metres, 3 line breaks. Damn, freaky, absolutely freaky. Loving this Katoa dude. What did he get a try? Yeah, 2 tries. He did 2. So Katoa got 2. That's right, he did 2. Katoa got 2 tries. All run meters 95. I'd love to see that a little higher. Post contact 91. Line break assist, try assist. That's 6 tackle breaks. Wow, that's brilliant from. He's good. I'd love to see him. I don't know if it's the way he's been told to play or whatever. I'd love to see him get a little bit more involved. But yeah, brilliant. I thought Liera was pretty strong too. But yeah, we'll have a look at the team stats real quick. But as far as Storm goes, I think, like I said, Storm, Brisbane, Penrith, Warriors, the top 4 teams. I wouldn't take too much of their performances leading into the finals, guys. Everyone's gone, Warriors are just sucking, like they're just beating teams. They know they're playing finals, and trust me, they're gonna make the finals. They're gonna kick back. They're gonna relax. They're gonna find another gear, man. Like there's a finals gear. We know Penrith has it, for God's sakes. We know that, and like they'll find it. They really will. Like those teams, all 4 of those teams haven't had to bust their asses to get into this position. I wouldn't say they're coasting. I think Penrith are coasting. I wouldn't say they're coasting, but they have one eye. Trust me when I say these teams have one eye in the finals. So I wouldn't take too much notice of how these teams are sort of finished. These top 4 teams are sort of finishing. I'm definitely taking notice of how the bottom of the top 8 finish, because they're going to have to expel a lot of energy to get in the finals and stuff. But let's have a look. So Storm ran for plenty of metres, 1,600, 530 post contact, 49 tackle breaks for the Storm, average set distance of 40 metres. And yeah, like I said, the Dragons, I did feel like they were winning the middle there a lot. Like Melbourne, multiple times, Melbourne could just not get out of their 30-metre mark. Like they were just getting pinned down there. And I mean, you look at this forward pack, it's not like Billy Burns, Blake Lowry, like I said, been brilliant. Molo, Dan Russell, and that's pretty crazy that the Melbourne Storm forward pack, back 5, couldn't get out of their 30 multiple times. Like Munster and Hughes were kicked from inside their 30 multiple times in this game, and there was a few times they got penalties, and I was like, Jesus, they needed that. Like, you know what I mean? It was pretty full on. Obviously they wrestled it back at times, but little bit worrying for Melbourne for sure. Little bit worrying. 11 offloads to the Dragons to 3. What else we got here? Anything crazy? Tackle efficiency a little down from the Dragons. Made tackles, missed tackles. So 49 missed tackles. That really got them, didn't it? A few extra tackles, and then the errors, just a few too many errors. I mean, if they just even matched the Storm there, 8 errors each, I think they almost could have snuck that one. Yeah, they nearly did. They were only down with 2 points with a minute to go. So, like I said, Dragons fans, you can hold your head up high with this one. It was good. It's a good loss. I'll never bag someone for trying and losing. It's like some of those Bulldogs performances, and to be honest, some of the Dragons performances at the start of the year, I was ripping them because they were not trying. There was Ben Hunt in a few of the games around Origin time where he's just literally sticking his arm out and his feet out, like stuff like that. That stuff's not cool. Your fans pay a lot of money to come watch you play, travel sometimes for hours to come watch you, and you do that. That's not good enough. But if you go down swinging, at least your fans are proud of you. This game. So this is the other big game. The first one was the first one of the round, obviously. This one was today. And man, I'm not going to lie, I sat on the fence for this one. You guys know I said, look, if Totola and Sele play, I think the Bunnies might be able to get this one just because they have so much to play for. And it wasn't that I thought like the Knights were due a loss. It was just they've won so much, and doesn't matter how good you are, you drop a game. Like you have a bad game. You can't just play 40 good games in a row. You have a bad one here and there. And I just was like, oh man, if Sele and Totola can play, I think they can get this one. But I did sit on the fence for it. And Totola and that did end up playing. And it didn't matter. Knights fans, you have a rugby league team, man. Fast, quick, winning the ruck. Like, you're missing your halfback and you didn't even look like it. Like, Bunny's pretty much, like, they're not totally full strength, but they're pretty close, man. Latrell Mitchell, Walker. Man, it was crazy. And Ponga, like I said, I would never. Well, I was critical of him at 6, but it wasn't his fault. He got put there by his coach. But I always said, like, people are like, oh, Ponga's crazy. And I was like, oh, he is. But, like, he's sort of, like, only half making line breaks. Like, he's not breaking. He's turned those half line breaks into genuine line breaks almost every time. I don't know if he's just, like, his strength and conditioning's off the charts or his balance is better. But he's so good, man. Dom Young, that Gaggaw's gone. Bradman Best is just literally a premier centre. Freaking Marju just breaking through. What he scored 3 tries. Clune was solid. And what I say, guys, I say good teams, you can pull their halfback out and they're still competitive. You know what I mean? You put their their halfback back in, and that's what makes them a really, really good team. But a good team should be able to be competitive without their halfback. It's, you know what I mean? Because all the 1% of stuff's getting done, and then you put your halfback in. He kicks perfectly to the corners. He ices the games. He makes that final pass. He does the clutch things, all that sort of stuff. But like I said, and they passed that test. Like I said, Penrith have passed it. Brisbane passed it this year, and Knights just have as well. So the one disappointing thing, if I was a Knights fan, and I said this on my TikTok, like, I'd be so disappointed with the move of Kalen Ponga to 6 to 5'8", because number one, you had this bloke here, and I've always said I thought he was handy. Like, I was actually surprised Brisbane let him go. Like, I think he, like, I know you got man there, but he's good. Like, he's a really good player. Is he ever going to be a top 5, 6? Nah, but he can be a really good supporting cast. He's competitor. He tackles hard. He's big body. He can light a game up. So he's been brilliant, and their forward pack too. Crossland's been great. Thompson's winning the collision. Adam Elliott's brilliant. Lachlan Fitzgibbon's gone to the Super League too early, son. But yeah, just really, really good. Just fast, slick, everything. Just you got a footy team here, man, for real. Really we saw as well baiting Latrell Mitchell into elbow and old mate in the back of the head, and that might have just ended the Bunny season, because if Latrell goes out, they're not beating the Roosters the final game. They've got a bye next week, so they might have just cost themselves for real. Like, Latrell Mitchell might have just cost the Bunnies their top 8 spot for real. Anyway, he was nuts. But yeah, like, so what I was talking about before, sorry, Jesus Christ, I went on a tangent. If they've been playing like this all year, even if they just drop games along the way, I'm not talking about winning non-stop. I just mean played the way they've played over the last 6 games. They would probably be in the top 4. Like, they've been absolutely brilliant. And that experiment putting Ponga to 6 and old mate at the back, it was so dumb. All it did was cost them games and Ponga brain cells. It was just so damn stupid, man. I cannot believe they did it. He's a fullback. Like, he's not another position. To me, he's not a versatile player. Like, Latrell Mitchell can play centre, he can play 6, he can play, he could probably play second row if he wanted. He's a versatile player. Callum Ponga's not. He's a fullback. You know what I'm saying? It's like Teddy. Teddy's a fullback. Dylan Edwards is a fullback. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just, it was insane. And I would be pissed off if I was a Knights fan. I was like, man, because it is so hard to win the grand final from outside the top 4. So, like, even though I'm not going to say never, but, like, I'm highly unlikely they win the comp this year. But and they could have had a genuine shot if they played like this all year and they're in the top 4. So it's such a shame. But anyway, we're not going to harp on about it. It's just so good to see Newcastle playing good footy. And look at this domination, 55% of the ball, 82% completion rate. Look at this disgusting mess from the Rabbitohs. 1,700 running metres restricted the Bunnies to 1,500. 450 post contact restricted the Bunnies to 372. 10 line breaks to 5. Tackle busts 48 to 42. Brilliant. Both lines, ruck speed about the same. Tackle efficiency about the same. Errors 10 to 14. Just great, man. Good stuff. Let's have a look at some stats, eh? All right, Caleb Palmer. Jesus Christ, can't wait to see these. So, 2 conversions, 6 attempts. Oh, that's right. He was terrible with the boot. That's right. So I've got to refresh this. These numbers won't be up to date. He was stink. Like, this should be... how many did he miss? 2 from 6. So it could be another 8 points on this. So this... Yeah, Jesus Christ. Nuts. He kicked 33%. Jesus Christ, Kalen. Sort your life out. 171 metres, 3 line breaks, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists. Jesus. Wow. Dominic Young, 156 metres, 2 line breaks. Gagai, Brabham Best, 139 metres, line break assist, try assist. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I really like Adam. Adam Elliott's numbers never really shine through, but he's really good on the park. I really like him. Super handy. And then Bunny's just woeful. I mean, Latrell Mitchell literally missed a goal from right in front. He hit the post. Latrell ran for plenty of metres. I will admit, I will give him that. He was taking hit ups. He was definitely more like 24 carries. That's up there for him. But yeah, it's not good enough. It's just this team is just not good enough. I don't think they're good enough to play finals. Yeah, nuts, absolutely nuts. But we'll have to wait and see. They're going to have a week off, and who knows? They could come out and blitz the Roosters. I'm tired. All right, let's go. Let's get some more Red Bull in me. Come on. We're in the home stretch. Let's get it done. Jesus, how good is this Tomoko kid? Man, 12-all at half-time. We said this, man, in my preview video. I said, Raiders have to win this 13 plus. They have, not even 13 plus, they have to win this just to be like we're not just here making up numbers in the finals. Because that's sort of how they looked. Like, do any of the hardcore Raiders fans, don't think I'm dishing. I've been on your side. Like, to me, when Raiders were halfway through the season and everyone's like, what the hell, they're in 5th? And I'm sitting there going, yes. But even then I was sitting there going, all right, now you've just been winning these games. You've been winning them. Now it's time to like tinker with some stuff so you can actually start dominating some games and actually scare some teams in the finals. And that second part just never came. They just keep just beating teams. And on a 12-point win, it's fine. But they are playing the worst team in the comp. And I know what you're thinking. They're not the worst. They're the second worst or third worst. No. Like, their stats, they're last in everything. Like, Bulldogs are playing like the worst. They've got the worst defense, the worst offense. They give the most penalties. They make the most errors. The tackle efficiency is the worst. They're the worst team in the NRL. It's like I said. Like, we're just talking about the Tigers, who are actually on the bottom. Their numbers destroy the Bulldogs in a lot of areas. They're far superior in a lot of areas. Bulldogs has got a nice couple of wins at the start of the year and snuck a couple in the middle as well. But I'm not dissing the Bulldogs. This year, like, I don't think I'm dissing you Bulldogs fans. Just scrunch this year up, toss it over your shoulder into the trash, and just start again next year. I'm not dissing you. This is just a rubbish year for the Bulldogs. You can be better next year. But yeah, so at half-time, I'm sitting here going, Jesus Christ, Canberra might lose this, and they've got 2 tough games to come. I'm like, because I was going, they're a lock to make the 8. And I'm going, if they lose the Bulldogs, and then they've got Broncos next week, and then they've got the Sharkies after that, I was like, they could easily lose both of those games, and then they're probably out. I'm going, come on, man, what the hell's going on here? And then, they pulled it out, and they ended up getting up, by 12 points. But yeah, it's just there's something not working at the Canberra. And I'm not going to go on too much about it now because if you've been listening to my videos, you know my thoughts with them. Like it's not negative. It's just there's just something not right. Like I said, Tomoko, he got early ball in this game and he destroyed everyone. I don't think these guys have been worked properly. Hudson Young on the edges, and I don't like Corey at 13 either. I love him as a player, but to me, the best 13s in the game have speed. Look how quick Carrigan is. I mean, I wouldn't say Isaiah Yo's fast, but he's deceptively fast. He's up, and he'll punch in halfway through the line. You saw his run on his try. There was barely a gap there. He went bang, bolt through, and he was in. Like Corey Horsburgh's, he's a prop. He's a prop. He's not this 13 thing. To me, you need a fast lock, punching through the middle that can ball play. I don't know. It sounds like this guy plays for Canberra. Oh yeah, White. It's Jackie White, and it's just. I think they'll be so much better with some speed through the middle because they've got so many big blokes, like big and slow, like not slow but not quick, big and slow. It's a bit of speed, like these two, but then slow, slow. They need some speed, man. They need some speed. Yeah. Like, you're telling me Jackie can't play like Carrigan? He can. Of course he can. Anyway, what do? Put Horry on the bench and use him as impact player coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Give when Jackie needs a break, boom, break, or he can stay in the middle, whatever. But yeah, that's got to happen. I don't. Otherwise, I think they're making up numbers in the finals. If they make it, there's still a chance they don't. If they drop their last two games, just because their for and against is so putrid. Positives: Brad Burns was good. Karaz looked good. I like him better on the wing. Burton's got really bad short kicking games. Sexton, a few errors creeping in lately. Knight's just not much positives I can take out of this for the Bulldogs. Sorry guys, I'm just not going to be negative here. I'm just going to move on. Again guys, I'm not dissing you. The NRL's better when the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs are good, and I want you to be good, but this is a throw this season over your shoulder and move on to next. Time in possession, so much more for the Raiders. They should have won this by more, really. For how big their forward pack is, that's pretty, and against a pretty flimsy middle, that's pretty poor from the Raiders. I'm not going to lie. Plenty of post contact there. Line breaks 7-6. Their average set distance 35 metres. Not great. Play the ball speed pretty damn quick. But yeah, nothing too crazy going on. But look, I've banged on 14 errors. That's just not good enough either. Missed tackles 35. But yeah, Bulldogs they miss 40 plus every game. It's terrible. But yeah, I've banged on about the Raiders. I've banged on about the Bulldogs. I'm not going to go on about it, guys. So we'll have a quick look at next week's games, and then we've got some good games. We've got some good games. Oh, I can't wait. Round 26. Oh, Penrith Eels. Oh, this could get ugly. This could get ugly, man. Jesus, $7. Even in the grand final, they weren't paying anywhere near that. Penrith, man. All right. Warriors versus Dragons. Oh, I like the Dragons at $6. Not because I think the Warriors will lose. Just like I said, I do feel like they have one little eye on the finals. Sort of thing. And they're not going to risk players. Say, Johnson gets a little niggle during the week, we'll give him a rest, sort of thing. You never know. All right, Dolphins, Cowboys. Jeez, it's a must-win for the Cowboys. And be pretty interesting. Let's have a quick look at the casualty ward and we'll see who's coming back. So Bronwich will be back, so that's a good thing. Ray Stone, round 27 for a toe. Come on, Stone, you're harder than that. What'd you do? Stub your toe? Jesus Christ, I thought you were hard. Hamaso, round 26, so he'll be back. Lemu, he's beast, he'll be back. Okay, Jeremiah King, that's a loss. Branko Lee, indefinite. So a couple players back for the Dolphins. Where's the Cowboys? They're pretty much full strength now, though, aren't they? Other than Val Holmes suspended to the finals. So so a few players back. So definitely not a walk in the park for the. Like they were pretty damn bad. And if, like I said, if they play like they did in that second half again, Dolphins will get them. Dolphins will get them. They really will. Um, but like Dolphins. I mean, Cowboys. Like they got so much strike. Like if they can blow them off the park early, I think they're gonna have to. Because if they do fade, Dolphins will come back. Like they've showed they can, and they don't beat themselves. So Cowboys might have to put 24 on them in the first 30 minutes and just hope they can hold on, sort of thing. All right, Storm Titans. It's going to be a cracker. Storm pushing into that top four. Roosters with the West Tigers. Now, everyone's saying Roosters, man, I wouldn't, Roosters playing bunnies in the, to make the finals. I wouldn't. Roosters have not been that good, even with that one against Penn. Like, I know there's been some individual brilliance, but they're not playing good as a team yet. I would not be surprised if Tigers get a dub here. That's not my pick, but I would not be surprised. Now, Raiders against Broncos. Now, remember, Raiders beat them last time, guys. This is a little bit of a danger game for the Broncos. I mean, Raiders are, they're going to come out hard. This could be interesting. This could be an interesting one. No Reynolds as well. So, what's his name? Jock Madden will come in, I believe. But again, like same thing. Broncos might have one eye on that, on those finals. Never really know. So we'll have to wait and see. Then we have Bulldogs, Eagles, bit of a nothing game. Knights, Sharks. See what I mean? There's good games. We've got some games here, man. And then next week, can't wait for the week after. It's going to be good, man. But yeah, we've got so this is big because Roosters, it's sudden death. This is huge. This is a nothing, and then we've got 3 good games next week. So this week there was only really 2, but we ended up with quite a few good games. Next week there's 3 games that genuinely mean something. So it's getting pretty damn exciting. What the hell's this? Brisbane Alice Springs, $139. Come on, man! You have to pay me $389 to go to Alice Springs, and way more than $235 to go to Darwin. Come on, man! No way. I can always tell what my missus has been looking at. Looking at going to Darwin, apparently. Oh no, we were looking at going to Cairns, so we've been looking up flights. So. Oh, god damn. All right, that's it. We're done, lads. We're all done. Can't wait. All right, guys. So, I'll film Tuesday night. So, Wednesday morning, guys. We'll drop our prediction videos for this round, and then bring it on. We're nearly at finals, man. Let's go.